Short notice. Sorry. But welcome to the 7 of you who are here. We have butter. Somebody had a brilliant idea yesterday that they heard me. I wanted to taste test butter tonight. They were DMing me later on Instagram saying, well, you could totally just make popcorn and taste the butter on the popcorn, which I think is an amazing idea. However, I really don't feel like making popcorn right now, and I kind of don't feel like eating popcorn right now, even though, yes, it does provide texture. I want a little bit of a harder crunch. So instead, we're going to be tasting our 3 butters today on this whole wheat everything bagel that Erin gifted me a while ago, and it's been sitting in the freezer. And Erin actually just came by today and dropped off, no contact, of course, some tea, herbal tea, and some cheese doodles. So looking forward to crunching down on that. But this is going to be a super short stream because at 6 p.m. the Hearst Union rally will be live streaming on Instagram, and if you're interested in witnessing it and supporting it, you can go on Instagram at Hearst Union, and I think they should be live streaming it. At least that was the plan. So I plan on hopping off at 6 p.m. sharp to see what the folks have to say. I'm really fucking bummed I can't be there today. I was looking forward to it, but life happens and I can't do it, so I'm going to do the next best thing, which is to participate visually, virtually, safely at home and support my comrades. Yeah, that's that. And I've been feeling pretty depressed. I would say Hearst Union, Hearst, which is the company that owns Delish. So it's spelled Hearst. Hearst Union, Hearst Union. So what happened to Godzilla? I didn't see. Scrolling. Water boil notice. Oh man. Good luck with that. Welcome to America, the first world country with no clean water in several cities for years and decades sometimes. But yeah, that's that. Somebody left a comment on one of my previous lives this week saying nobody talks about the mental health impacts of having COVID, and it's hitting me. Yesterday was the first time that I felt really down, and today I felt even more down, and I'm trying to take it easy and not beat myself up too much, but a lot of different kinds of mental health issues are sneaking back in due to my week of basically isolation and not being able to have enough energy to do much else, or just psychological motivation to do much else, even if I force myself physically to I don't know, clean or do some exercises. I don't feel a mental point of doing it. So but yeah, hanging in there, still alive. Symptoms have not gotten any worse, thankfully. My cough is starting to dry up a little bit, so not as much phlegm, but it hurts when I do cough. Thankfully, the cough isn't very intense. I don't think my fever has returned since Wednesday, so that's good. And fatigue is still here. I think right now, this feeling of intensifying depression might be my number one concern, and obviously long COVID, but that has no agency from my point of view. I can't control any of that. So, bagel, butter, let's eat. I think one thing that has occurred to me this week getting sick with COVID is how in the beginning there was almost a sort of like counterintuitive joyousness because I molded over and self-analyzed the situation to understand what was happening mentally, and I think it's because this week has reminded me of what the early stages of quarantining felt like. You know, all of a sudden we have a reason to stay at home and not really do much. And we were holding our breath, and there was sort of like this unknown excitement of like how this is all going to end up. And then, you know, months later, we were all holding our breaths collectively for months, and we were starting to run out of oxygen, and that's when like everything started crashing down. But there's a sort of familiarity of, oh, I've returned to the beginning stages of 2020 March quarantine where we were all so innocent. Yeah. The first butter we will smell and try is from Trader Joe's. This is just their like very average baseline butter. It is like $3.69 for the pound, which is pretty cheap, I would say, cheaper than most grocery stores. I can smell a little bit of the butter, but it does feel like somebody is holding it from a foot away rather than right here. I should be smelling it stronger, I think. I do smell some wisp of it. But it smells a little fridge burnt and distant. I'll let you guys battle this delish debate out. I'm curious to know where people are getting their information. But I'm not going to comment either way because I'm just enjoying watching this fight go down. Let's go. Throw some punches. It is of no relevance to me what y'all think, but it is very entertaining. I also want to know where this news is leaking from. I want to see what the sources are. Okay, fat. I will reveal what I will reveal when I want to reveal it. And to no one I owe any answers. Ooh, you messaged the Food Network. Thank you. Let's see what they say. How exciting. How exciting. Something that I'm trying to keep in perspective here is that 1 million people died in the States because of COVID, and right now we don't really have that many death cases. So for that, I'm thankful that I'm getting sick now rather than earlier before. And, you know, it hasn't been all that bad, so I'm trying to keep everything in perspective, but obviously it would be just positive thinking washing of me to say that it hasn't affected me at all. And yes, the center part of the bagel is always the best part of the bagel, okay? Right near the belly button, that's where the best part is. I've not been on any cooking shows on a TV network, no. I can taste it. It tastes like butter. It just tastes like really weak hotel butter. But let me try some nice salt on here. I don't want to do a cookbook though. Oh God, that was a lot of salt. Cookbooks are kind of useless. Yeah, malt syrup is kind of hard to find in stores here too. I think it's like special. Did you see the little mountain of Malden I poured? This shit is expensive. Now I gotta put it into a jar. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so the Trader Joe's butter is fine. I taste it. It doesn't knock me off my socks or anything. I can actually smell the everything bagel seasoning on the bagel itself. Pretty okay. The butter kind of makes the bread smell a little moist, if that makes sense. But as always, when you have unsalted butter, putting salt on it, pretty good. Trader Joe's Budget Eats, yeah. Did you all take your vitamins? This morning, I was pouring out vitamin C and I poured out like 7 tablets. So we're gonna take one more. Okay, that was the Trader Joe's butter. Not bad. packaging to what it looks like if you're curious. That's what it looks like. Okay, next we will try this goat butter. Delamere Dairy Goat's Butter. It won the Queen's Awards for Enterprise International Trade in 2016. It is from the UK, apparently. I've had this goat butter for way too long. Yeah, I smell a tiny bit of goat, almost so indiscernible that it just kind of smells like plastic. Oh, it smells like gasoline. We'll try it unsalted first. Here. Is this salted already? Oh yeah, it is. Lightly salted. So thank God I didn't put salt on there. It's good. But I don't really taste the goatiness of it, honestly. Check out this cool new butter knife. It's offset. I don't think butter turns rancid like that, yo. It's been fridged all this time. All I can say is, bagel definitely tastes better with butter, but I'm really bummed that the butter isn't coming through more strongly right now. I'm gonna put on a slightly larger blob. That was better. I guess I really can't be stingy with the fats right now. When Ram came over and I made him cupcakes and frosting, I used this New Zealand organic butter in the frosting and it was pretty great. The brand is Anchor, Anchor. It is salted. It is apparently USDA organic. I didn't put MSG, no. Look at the color on this. That is yellow. A couple of days ago, I heard a nutritionist say MSG was the worst thing you could have in your kitchen. I don't know. That nutritionist sounds kind of racist. I'm sure there are other bad things you can put in your kitchen, like shortening. Shortening is all hydrogenated fats. That shit is not good for you. This smells different. This smells waxy almost. Ooh, it smells so waxy. Yeah, I think it's grass-fed. Grass-fed, pasture-raised cows all year round. Normally you can't buy high fructose corn syrup, but it is in a lot of processed snacks. So if you don't want MSG, definitely don't buy Doritos. Doritos have MSG. So do a lot of American snacks. I don't know what part of the world you're in, but I laid it on thick this month. Nobody's telling Southerners to not use shortening, which is in all their baked good recipes, because shortening makes things light, fluffy, flaky, and it's relatively tasteless, which pronounces the other ingredients' flavor more. So, you know. Margarine is also trans fat laden most of the time. It's vegetable oils, and it's really cheap. So when you're buying really cheap stuff, you have to wonder what they're putting in it. I'm not trying to shoot down other ingredients. I'm just saying, like, MSG, not the worst thing. Probably. I'm really tired of seeing these comments on Budget Eats being like, why MSG? That shit is so bad for you. And I'm just like, why are you telling other people stuff that you heard from other people that you didn't bother fact checking? There are no conclusive scientific studies on the ill effects of MSG. None. You know what some people are allergic to is glutamates. And MSG, if you didn't know, stands for monosodium glutamate. However, MSG is not the only glutamate you should be avoiding if you are allergic to glutamates. There are many things you should be avoiding, including Parmesan cheese, soy sauce, mushrooms, various types of seafood and fish. Yo, toast and butter and jam is amazing. European style butter just has a higher fat content. Okay. This is a surprise. Guess which butter out of the three I like the most? It could be that it's because it's the newest and freshest, and these two other butters have been in my fridge for a long time now, but Trader Joe's wins, which is by far the cheapest butter I have in my fridge. All right, Daddy, time to break out the TJs. You know what's also possible is I salted the TJs more than the other two butters were salted, because the TJs is the only one that hasn't been salted already, and therefore the only one that I applied salt to. So that's also very, very, very possible. MSG butter sounds good. Interesting. My favorite way to eat butter is not melted, but rather just the whole slice of it. sitting on top. They serve pineapple buns in Hong Kong this way too. Like pineapple bun is a baked good with a little bit of shortbread topping on top. They cut it in half and then they slide a thick ass piece of butter in the middle. Like 1/4 inch thick. Not to get your hopes up about anything, but I just saw the comment about day 3 COVID being really bad. I think day 2 and 3 were the worst for me, so hopefully you're getting over your hump. But again, keep your expectations low. I don't want to raise them and have you be disappointed, but let's hope that today is your worst day. Christine, where do you live? I will say I didn't take Paxlovid. I would love to go to Montreal because I need to go try out those bagels. Sans Viateur, I need to go. Like, need those bagels in my life before I die, for sure. So, I will be hitting up Quebec or, yeah, I don't know, sometime. I didn't take Paxlovid, but I also feel better on day 5 than day 3, so. Montreal bagels are made with a honey boil, right? It's not malt syrup, it's honey. I am enjoying eating slices of butter supremely right now. I highly recommend this. And yeah, maybe give this Trader Joe's butter a try. It's pretty good. I mean, even with my COVID taste buds, it's reading really nicely right now. So hopefully if you don't have COVID, it'll taste even better to you. And the price point is super accessible. It's the cheapest one by far. Even cheaper than like my grocery store sales. Add butter to rice. Yum. Maybe tomorrow we'll cook some rice. Wow. Hello, cat. I did test myself today in the slim chance that I was negative and could go, but I was positive. Woo. I also feel it's very ironic that I think on day 7, I am losing more motor function than I've lost on previous days. I don't know what's going on. Maybe this is like a second wave. So, one thing I've been dreaming about, now that people are asking me to go visit them and cook in their kitchens, is that once I don't have to worry about visiting grandma every day, I would travel for tattoo artists. And it's funny that you say that you're in Virginia, because I recently just found a tattoo artist who is in Virginia who has one design that I would really like to get on my butt. And so maybe. I've also been reading up a little bit about these new variants we've been experiencing up in the Northeast. Apparently they've been spreading pretty quickly, as is the case in terms of how it's been spreading in parts of China as well. It's starting to spread really quickly, like worse than it's ever been before in terms of how contagious it is. So I'm not sure what's going on here, and I'm not sure if there will be different stages of illness with these variants, but you know for sure I'm gonna get my butt tatted. This design just seems to belong on it. As soon as I see a tattoo design that I like, I immediately start thinking about placement. So that's that. Let's try a fig with butter. I think before I got my first tattoo, I was also placing a lot of importance on tattoos, because I was also in that mindset of it's forever, but slowly I realized it's not forever. It will change with your body. It will sink in. It will start to look different. And just like everything that we expect out of life to stay the same, it won't. And you know what else won't stay the same? Your perspective on how important the parts of your body are. They start to take on different meanings. So, there's that. Now I want peanut butter, and in 3 minutes I will go try to watch that Instagram live of the Union rally. It's Cyber Monday. Don't buy too much stuff, okay? Ghee with rice? Yeah, somebody recommended butter with rice. Essentially the same. Yeah. I'm also really sad because at the rally they have pie there today. I was looking forward to eating pie. All my dreams dashed. by the way, in response to somebody's questions from the beginning of the live, just because you're not in the union as a unit member doesn't mean that you can't participate in union solidarity actions to show support. You can be an ally. As with any sort of movement for equality and justice, anti-oppression, one might say, you can be an ally. Even if you don't belong to that group that is seeking recognition, you can support them. Yes, Hearst Union. That's the right one, Colleen. I think we're going to have some speeches there today. Okay, folks. I'm going to keep eating my peanut butter and figs. I hope you will do all the best you can to either get better or stay healthy. And I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Let's hope this doesn't get worse randomly. Thanks, Ram. Pulling through with the link. Amazing.